Hello everyone, nice to meet you again. Firstly, thanks everyone for being here. So today we are very excited to announce that the new version of Vinchin Backup and Recovery version 8.1. In this new version, we support more platform protection, for example, the S3 objects and the Huawei Cloud, and have updated many new features with the enhanced next-level data protection solutions for our customers. So to help you better understand the capabilities and the key updates of Vinchin's new version, I will take around 20 minutes to give you this presentation and also a live demonstration later on by my colleague Ethan. If you have any questions, feel free to type it into the Q&A box. Our technical engineer will answer you online as soon as possible. Okay, let's get started. Here I list the main updates for this new version. It includes the S3 objects backup, the Huawei Cloud ECS backup, the tape support, job extraction, and our native backup data verification. I will go through with all of them in more details later on. And firstly, since some of you may be new to Vinchin or not very familiar with our solutions, before diving into the new features, I'd like to give you a brief overview of Vinchin's backup and disaster recovery solutions. As you can see in the pictures here, here are all the workloads that Vinchin can protect for your business. The supported platforms include the market mainstream virtualizations such as VMware, Hyper-V, Citrix, Proxmox, and the mainstream database, the physical servers, the files and NAS. And in this new version, Vinchin Backup and Recovery version 8.1, we support two more platforms, Huawei Cloud ECS Backup and S3 Objects Backup for the object storages based on S3 protocol. So for Vinchin solution, for the virtual machine backup, it is an image-based agentless backup solution. For cloud platforms, Vinchin's backup solution for AWS EC2, the Huawei Cloud ECS, Exchange Online, and S3 objects, also they are the agentless solution. And for the physical backups, Vinchin supports the application-consistent database backup, physical Windows and Linux server backup, the Exchange server backup, files backup, and agentless NAS device backup to protect our customers' entire physical machine system. As for the backup storages, users can choose to use the existing local disks, the SAN storages, NAS storages, object storages, and cloud storages. And in this new version, users can choose to store into the tape libraries. And Vinchin totally supports the disaster recovery scenarios. We support customers copy the data to off-site data center, giving users double guaranteed data safety, and always be ready for disaster recovery and business continuity. And in another way, we also support customers copy data and archive data to public cloud. This is also an alternative disaster recovery solutions, as customers can retrieve data from cloud if necessary, and it can satisfy the long-term data retention needs for some industries if they have to comply with the strict local data security laws or the related regulations. And last, I'd like to mention that our solution is an all-in-one solution with one unified web console for the centralized management. It is easy to deploy and easy to use, and we could be the most easy-to-use solution on the market. Almost no learning curve for our customers to master the backup and disaster operation for your entire IT infrastructure, which is also a distinctive advantage of Vinchin. Next, I'd like to introduce that our solution have wide range application scenarios. It is suitable for small to medium-sized business, the large enterprise, and cloud service providers, covering almost all industries, including government, education, enterprise, medical, financial, and energy, and other more fields. For the small to medium-sized business, we recommend that deploying Vinchin Backup and Recovery solution on the existing virtual platform. Then the data on the virtual machines, all the virtual machines can be backed up, and then you just need to store the data in a place outside the virtualization, like store the data into a NAS device. So in this way, it will largely save our customers' hardware cost. And for the large enterprise or the enterprise with a remote or the branch office, Vinchin is capable of providing the backup solution to the PB level data scale environment. Just need to deploy the backup nodes for easily expanding the protection environment. And I can give you a simple explanation here. So the picture on the right side shows the Vinchin's backup infrastructure. Our software is easy to realize the backup data scalability of the large environment companies. Scaling out the backup infrastructure by simply adding the new backup nodes, and the nodes can be seen as the server, and it works a totally similar way like the server. So it can help to share the backup jobs workloadings with the main backup server to back up the large environment of our customers. And the nodes can be also used for the customers to back up their remote and the branch data center. So besides considering for management convenience, all the nodes can be managed by a single web UI of the master backup server. So for the whole node expansion, we will not charge the extra license for our customers. So there is no extra cost for adding the backup nodes. In the new version of version 8.1, Vinchin added the S3 object backup solution. This is applicable for customers who have stored large quantities of files and folders in S3 object storages. The screen on the right side shows you Vinchin's compatibility for the S3 objects. Basically, Vinchin can support almost all the S3 object storages based on the S3 protocol. The backup of the S3 on Vinchin is also agentless. Easily input users' credentials to connect the S3 platform with Vinchin's backup server. For the backup strategies, Vinchin support full, incremental, and differential backups. Also include the advanced features like the data compression to help compress the backup data and save the storage space. And we support data encryption. Vinchin can support the encrypted data transmission by using the RSA algorithm, as well as encrypted the backup data at storage by using the AES-256, the bank level encryption for data secured saving. And for our data transmission, it is highly efficient because we support the multi-threaded file scan and the transfer at the same time. The thread number can be set up to the 32 threads. This can dramatically shorten the backup process, especially for the very large amount of files transmission. And other backup features also include the wildcard filter for users quickly select and backup the specific files, and throttling policy. It is based on the single job based and the global. And also the retention policy based on the number of the restore points and the time span. So for S3 objects recovery, Vinchin supports both the instant file-level recovery and the entire S3 object storage recovery. The recovery destination can be cross-platform to the file server, the NAS device, and other S3 objects platforms. And here it is our next new platform supported. It is Huawei Cloud ECS Backup. This is also an agentless backup solution. Vinchin can support full incremental and differential backup strategies as well. Vinchin also supports the returned snapshot feature for this platform. This feature can be used for the fast incremental detection, improving the incremental backup efficiency. And it can also be used for the fast instance recovery based on the returned snapshot, not based on the backup data. So in this way, it can largely saving the recovery time because it is based on the snapshot itself. And other highlighted features also include the data encryption for backup data both in transit and at rest, and also include the data deduplication, data compression to work together to largely reduce data size for saving the backup storage. And for retention policy, Vinchin supports the short-term and also the long-term GFS retention policy for Huawei ECS Cloud Backup. And for recovery, the recovery granularity can be the file level, the volume level, and full instance level. And if customers want to do the off-cloud migration, Vinchin also supports the cross-platform migration between the Huawei Cloud ECS and other virtualizations in an agentless solution. This is another exclusive advantage of Vinchin, and I can give you more details about this feature in my next slide. So as you can see the picture on the right side, we support the bidirectional migration between most of the market mainstream virtualizations and the public clouds. So Vinchin's V2V migration process is streamlined. It is based on the backup and recovery process. Just like performing the normal recovery, no need to operate on the virtualizations or any extra configurations or the agent installation. Because our self-developed VMCE, the virtual machine conversion engine technology, will automatically process with the conversion between the two platforms and or between the virtualization and the public cloud to complete the whole migration process. And we can provide two migration scenarios for our customers. The first scenario is the batch and unattended full virtual machines migration, which means Vinchin can realize the automatic V2V migration process without manual attendance during the whole process. And the second scenario, we support the instant virtual machine V2V migration. This is suitable for the business critical virtual machine migration to shorten the business downtime and guarantee business continuity in the emergency cases. And in this new version, as I mentioned earlier, we now support an additional cloud platform, Huawei ECS, so customers can perform the migration to and from the cloud between Huawei Cloud ECS instance and the on-premise virtualizations. And so far, this is our exclusive advantage because so far none of other backup solutions can support both the migration scenarios and support the agentless migration between all of these 15 platforms. And next, I'd like to introduce you a new updated feature in this new version, the native backup data verification. In the past, Vinchin can only support the backup data verification for the VMware platform, but now in this new version, Vinchin can support the backup data verification for all the virtualizations and public cloud to test the availability of the backup data from now on. This is realized by Vinchin's self-developed embedded KVM virtualization, which can help to do the backup data verification in Vinchin. The basic principle here is that first, in the new version of Vinchin software, there exists an embedded KVM virtualization deployed in the software. So in this way, Vinchin can create an isolated verification lab by creating a lightweight virtual machine and set up an isolated network in this lab to use it to imitate the real production environment. Then we can use the virtual machine created here to testify the corresponding backup data availability through the instant restore technology. So for the verification modes, we offer 3 ways. We offer ping, the heartbeat, and the screenshot, 3 ways to check the status of the virtual machine. And you can set up the once-off manual verification job or the scheduled automatic verification jobs in daily, weekly, and monthly basis based on the latest backups. And you will get the verification reports once the job gets done. So with the result of the reports, you can check whether the data is good for use without the virus and no damages for the backup data in the virtual machines, and guarantee that the virtual machine is already ready for recovery. And the next new feature supported by Vinchin's new version is job orchestration. In the past, users had to manually calculate the time and set up each backup verification and the copy jobs manually, which was labor costing and also not intelligent and not convenient. So in this new version, Vinchin supports the orchestration of the backup, the data verification, the copy, archiving, and recovery process, enabling the full automation without the need for manual intervention during the process. And here's the picture, shows you the job orchestration feature in the new version of Vinchin, still with a very intuitive interface, and it is easy to use for our customers. And this feature is applicable for all backup objects for the virtual machines, such as VMware, Hyper-V, and other platforms, and also for the public cloud instance, like Huawei ECS, the AWS EC2. Vinchin can support the orchestration of the backup job, the verification job, the copy, archiving, and recovery job. For the physical servers, currently Vinchin does not support the backup data verification. Therefore, the job orchestration for the physical servers can be set for backups, the copy jobs, the archiving, and recovery jobs. And for other modules like the database, the file servers, NAS, and S3 objects, and the Microsoft Exchange, currently Vinchin can support the job orchestration for the backup jobs, the copy jobs, and the recovery jobs. And our next update is the tape support, which is a feature that many of our customers have been looking for because we know that tape have lots of advantages, like it can provide the large capacity, the cost effectiveness, and the long-term data retention, and can help to compliance with the data with the industry regulations. So in this new version, we can support adding the tapes as the backup storage. So Vinchin supports direct backup data to tape, but we more recommend customers backing up to the local disk first, and then do the backup copy and the archive to the tape library. And this approach can meet the customer's needs for the offline storage while ensuring the long-term data retention and the unlimited scalability. And Vinchin supports the tape storages across all modules, including the files, the database, the physical servers, and the virtual machines. All of the platforms can be supported for tapes. And currently, we can support the major tape libraries manufacturers on the market. I listed here, including the Dial, the HP, IBM, and Quantum. And we are compatible with the version of LTO from 6 to 9. And the next update is for the CDP functionality. It is a new feature called the built-in disaster recovery lab. In this year, we have updated the server CDP feature. Basically, it is an agent-based real-time data backup solution that can be applicable for both physical servers and virtual machines. When customer with the highest requirements for the data loss and business downtime. And Vinchin can apply the 4 different CDP mode based on customer needs. And let me give you an introduction with this. And our new feature is also in here. The first mode is real-time data backup and recovery. This mode is suitable for the enterprises, requires the high level of recovery point objective. They cannot accept any data loss, so usually requires the RPO nearly 0, but do not have the same requirement for the recovery time objective. So one benefit for this scenario is that the users can restore the business data from any time point in the past. And the second mode is a real-time backup plus a real-time replication. In this mode, Vinchin supports users to configure an identical standby server to synchronize data from the original server in a real time. And users need to manually perform the business takeover to the standby server when the disaster strikes. So in this mode, the RPO is also nearly 0, and the RTO, it is depend on the customers do the manual takeover. And now I'm going to introduce the third mode. So the new feature, the built-in disaster recovery lab, is also for this third mode. So in this mode, it is the real-time backup plus auto failover. And in this mode, you also need another standby server, but this standby server does not synchronize the data. It works for when the original server breaks. Vinchin helps to automatically mount the backup data of the original server to the standby server, take over and running business by directly using the backup data. And during the business off time, the customer also needs to migrate all data to the original host environment after it has been repaired. And in this new version, we have made the optimization for this mode, especially for the CDP of the virtual machine. So because with the introduction of the embedded KVM virtualization in the new version of Vinchin software, when a production host fails, customer no longer need to deploy a standby server on any external virtualization platform. Instead, users can directly use the virtual machines in the built-in disaster recovery lab within the Vinchin software for the disaster recovery and do the downtime business continuity. So the advantage of this new feature include, firstly, it does not rely on any external virtualization platforms. It enables the disaster recovery at the whole virtualization platform level. And second, it could be more efficient and convenient disaster recovery solutions, more convenient for our customers to operate. And certainly, it reduces the resource consumption in the production environment. And the last mode is the real-time backup plus the real-time replication plus auto failover. This is a mode for customers requires the most tight RPO and RTO. When the disaster happened, Vinchin supports the automatic failover to the identical standby server in the disaster recovery site at the first time. So both RPO and RTO can achieve zero at this mode. And besides for this function, Vinchin ensures the application-aware level data consistency for backup data, and we support compressed data transmission, the multi-threaded transmission, and resume transmission from a breakpoint for continuously data protection. And here I'd like to highlight some of other new features included in our new version. First, we now support the backup on demand. Users no longer need to set a backup schedule and can perform the backups at any time. Second, we can support the syslog message, pushing the syslog message to a third-party server. And thirdly, Vinchin now support adding a stack telnet to the virtualization center for backing up the stack virtualization now. And additionally, we've also include other features like support for Microsoft Exchange backup copy and the cross-platform recovery of files and NAS to the object storages, and backing up the physical servers in the BIOS and GPT mode. And we've also made optimizations for the reporting and statistics, reconstruction, and display. So customers now can do the customized backup data reports now. And we've also expanded the compatibility with the latest versions of the virtual platforms, the physical servers, the databases, and other more platforms. So for more details, you can visit our official website to check the updated, the production data sheet or the release notes or other related materials now. It's released on our official website now. And we are also very welcome you to try the new version of our software and test it for yourself. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, hello everyone. Can you see my screen? Okay, let's move on to the live demonstration part. Before we start with the new feature, I would like to give you an overview of the entire infrastructure of Vinchin Backup and Recovery. Okay, on the right side, you can see the home page, and on the left side, you can see the function module, including the monitor center. You can check all details of jobs, alerts, logs, and etc. And for the items we can protect for our customer, we offer virtual machine backup, and Vinchin's virtual machine backup supports agentless backup for up to 18 mainstream virtualizations, such as VMware, Citrix, Hyper-V, and others. And additionally, we offer cloud backup supporting AWS EC2 and Huawei Cloud ECS instances, as well as physical backup for file servers, database, and operating system servers. And we also support NAS backup and S3 backup and the application backup for Exchange. These are the items we can protect for our customers. In addition, we offer advanced features such as the CDP. Okay, and data verification lab to ensure the availability of backup data, as well as copy and archive features for offsite DR and cloud DR. And here, the resource section allows you to manage all the resources added to Vinchin. And you can also access to system settings for some basic configuration. And this is the entire infrastructure of the Vinchin Backup and Recovery. Next, I will demonstrate the new features one by one. Here, the first important new feature is tape library support. In this new version, we support tape library like as backup or copy and archive storage. Vinchin supports both the physical and virtual tape libraries. After connecting the tape library with Vinchin, and you can go this page and scan the tape devices. And after scanning, the tapes will appear on this page. And in the tape library, you can check the information for your tape devices, like the number, the name, status, and even the drawing for your tape devices. And you can also in the tape group. In this page, you can create the tape storage used for backup or copy and archive. And here you can also select the number of tapes used for this storage. Then you can configure the storage alert and configure the tape group strategy. For generation strategy, we have 3 modes. The first one is always use a SIM backup site. In this mode, once the tape storage is full, it will pop out the tape and store data offline. And the second is always use a new backup set. After each backup is finished, the corresponding tape is popped out to store data offline. And the third mode is create a new backup set every certain period. For example, you can set every 30 days, this tape will pop out to store data offline. So this is for the store data offline scenario. If you don't want to store data offline and prefer to override it, we also offer a data retention strategy. You can set it to protect data within a specific time interval or never return data. Here in this choices, and after creating the tape storage, you can use it to store data. The steps are similar to similar like the other configurations. Okay, I can show you. For example, when we creating a backup job for virtual machines, like this one, and in the second step, when you're choosing the backup destination, you can choose this tape storage as your backup data destination. So this is the first feature, tape storage support. Okay, the second new feature is Huawei Cloud ECS backup. Firstly, we need to add the Huawei Cloud platform on Vinchin here. In the resource page, here we need to add the Huawei Cloud platform first. You should type in access key and secret access key to Vinchin, and then start the backup for the Huawei ECS instance here. So this is the second new feature. Okay, The third new feature is the S3 object backup here in this way. So before we start S3 backup, we also need to add it on Vinchin first. Here in the object storage page, we need to add it first. After adding, then you can perform the operations for backup S3 object storage. Here we can see it. So this is for S3 backup, and for S3 restore. You can restore the data to the object storage or restore it to the file server or NAS devices. Generally, you can restore the data from these three different resources and restore it to each other. So this is the third new feature. Okay, the next new feature I would like to show you is native backup verification. In this new version, we support verification for all the virtual platforms compatible with Vinchin. We have embedded a KVM platform into Vinchin, so users can use this native KVM platform to create an instance VM to check the availability of this VM for verification. Let me show you how it works. First, we can choose the backup data or any data in this page, and we select the operating system type. And next, we need to choose a verification lab. Here, we choose this one. It's embedded DR lab. And next, we submit this job. Now here we can see the job is running now. So let's go to the DR page, DR lab page to check the other status. Here in this page, now we can see the system has already created a virtual machine for verification, and we can open the console directly to check if this virtual machine backup data can run normally. Here it is still running now. Okay. So this is the native backup verification using our DR lab. And in addition to verification, if you can also use it for the CDP feature. If you set the CDP mode as a real-time backup and auto failover, we can also choose this embedded KVM DR lab as the failover destination. Okay, so this is our fourth new feature, the the embedded native verification. Okay, so let's go to the last one. The last feature I want to show you is our job orchestration. Okay, for the new version, we support orchestration. You can set up an orchestration plan for backup, verification, copy, and any type of different jobs. Here, we can select this backup job first. And next, you can add any other jobs in this orchestration plan. And you can set the different trigger condition as your requirements, such as you can set the event-based trigger or the time-based trigger. For example, after the first job finished, you can start the second job in 5 minutes later, or set it to trigger based on events. Like when the first job is successful, then start the second job. And so this is very helpful for customers to automate the orchestration of jobs. There's no need to manually determine when to start the next job. So that's all for the new feature demonstration. Okay. Yes, thank you for your listening. That's all the new features. Thanks, guys.